Hi everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live right outside of Louisville, Kentucky, and I am filming this a little bit early, and we are in the middle of a big snowstorm, so hopefully I will have lights while I continue to do this. If you watched me last week, I was a little on the disorganized side. Hopefully I've straightened that part out. Today we're going to be making a cute little gift card holder that has a beautiful sentiment and a little gift card attached. Of course, you can do any kind you want, but there you have it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with is to let you know, if you're on YouTube and you want the project sheet that I create, you're going to want to go to my blog, which is stampmesilly.com. There's a lot of free stuff over there as well. If you have any questions, or if you don't have a demonstrator and would like a free catalog, you can go ahead and email me at jandufour@yahoo.com. And if you see anything you like here and you'd like to order and you don't have another demonstrator, you can go to my online store at jandufour.stampinup.net. And that's all the business I do, except for I do want to tell you that we have just started our new mini catalog. Now, if you're a customer of mine, and have ordered in the last year, I already sent you one of these and you should have it along with the celebration time. Celebration is so much fun because you get free stuff. Now, I've heard a few comments about the fact that now you have to purchase $60 in order to get a free set. I will tell you that, let's see, how many, it'd be 10, 20, 25 years ago when I started with Stampin' Up, 30 years ago when I started with Stampin' Up, I went from their 5-year to their 15-year celebration. The celebration was only purchase $50 and you would get a free gift. I've been with Stampin' Up for another 7, almost 8 years, and it's always been $50. It's fair that after 30 years that they increase their price. It doesn't really increase your price because you still get free, but you have to order more. So that's my opinion on it. Agree or don't disagree, it's up to you. Leave a comment if it's kind and you have another thought about that. So again, we are using the same paper we used last week, which is, especially for Valentine's, but it can be used anytime. And one side has got all kinds of gorgeous foiling. I think you can see it pretty good. And then on the back side is very pretty paper, but it's more subdued. It's good for the inside of things, or if you just don't want so much shiny stuff. Very cute. So that one's called Marbled Elegance. And I'm going to put it away. Maybe not. Give me a hard time. Okay, so the thing with that is, with the 12 by 12 sheet, you can make 4 of these. This is a die that comes in it's an online exclusive, and it has this stamp set, and then it has these die cuts, which I used this one and this one to make this. And then I went back to using the one from last week, Hearts of Elegance. It's not strictly a Valentine's stamp set. These are traditional, Be Mine, Happy Valentine's Day, but sending lots of loves, My Heart Belongs to You, and Love You can be, and To and From can be used any time of year. So we're going to put that over there. So we're going to show you some tricks on how to use this as well. Hopefully you've seen it before, but if not, what I was getting at is sometimes with the sheets of paper, depending on how you use it or where you put it, you're going to get different colors come out prominently. Now, this one has way more white than this one does, and it has maybe less gold. So you decide where you want or what you want. This is the side that you see here. I kind of like the gold coming in and out. If you just wanted a little shim of it down here. Anyway, figure out where you want it and then cut it out. So I'm going to go ahead and start by folding these down. And I want to tell you, it is a die cut with a die cut, what am I trying to say? Marking for you to where to fold. But so be careful. you can accidentally fold it not exactly where it's supposed to be. So just be a little bit gentle when you first start folding it, and then it's just going to fall in the right place. And then all of your folds will be correct. So there you go. So we got that done. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it up. In this particular case, a lot of times people will tuck this underneath so you don't see the flap. But because I'm putting something inside it, I don't want to bump up against that. And I truly don't think that that looks bad. So that's my opinion. So that's what I'm doing because I win. I'm doing the video. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just put along one side a little bit of glue, and you don't need a lot. I probably put too much there. And you want to keep it pretty much on the edge and just press that down. And that will soak in there. I did put a little bit too much. It got out of control. The most important thing is you don't want to glue it shut. And I could see me doing that. All right. You can also use tear and tape if you're worried about the glue going places it shouldn't. I haven't really experienced that problem, so I'm just going to go with this. And while we're working with the envelope, I'm going to go ahead and use these Velcro dots. They're called thin, and these are 5/8 of an inch thin. I got them off of Amazon. I put them together. They come in 2 separate strips, but for me, it's just easier working with them together because in this case, I am going to cut them in half. I did use a full one on there and it was peeking out a little bit here, so I just cut that piece off. It's just simpler. It certainly doesn't need a lot of stickiness together to be able to work. And then you just take off one side, because remember both sides are together. Just peel off one of the sides. Easier said than done. And you want it to stay so that both of the Velcro pieces are together. And then I would just put this up along the edge like this. Press it down nicely. Peel off the next one. Of course, you want to leave the Velcro down there. Close it, press it, and then you can peel it open. Give it an extra little press in your envelope. It's not decorated, but it is made. So we'll put that aside. Okay, now as you can see, whoops, I got the static electricity sending it back to me. All right, so we're gonna put that aside. Now, to form this, I played around with a few ways of doing it and decided that I like this the best. One of the things I will tell you is depending on which envelope location you make and which colors, some of them have a lot of pretty in pink, some of them have a lot of flirty flamingos, some of them have a lot of white. This is pretty in pink. Look at your section and decide what color this should be. It should be one of the lighter ones so that you can stamp on it, but if it's not, you can use white and reverse the colors here and do these in opposite colors. Whatever fits best on the envelope that you have. Now this one has lots of gold, and so I decided to leave it the same way. There is a little of pretty in pink, not as much, but I'm okay with that. I could have also have made one with white at the top, but I chose to do it in the other order. So how did we make this? We're going to start from the top and work down. So I'm using pretty in pink. I'm going to use cherry cobbler, and I tell this to everybody. I love cherry cobbler. It's Ohio State's color too, but for those of you who don't like us, it's okay. But it is a very pretty color. But it takes a minute to dry. It is not like most other stamps. I think it has to do with the fact that it is such an intense color and there's a lot of dye in it. It takes a minute. So be careful when you're doing this. When you stamp it, don't try to rub it right away. I can do the punch because I'm not really running anything on it. So I put mine pretty much center. Let's see if I can see this straight in the, oops. There. All right. So we got Be Mine done. And I'm going to put a little heart up there. This one's on this side. This one was more over that way. All of that is fine. Now, I started with putting this right on top. And that did give a nice color on both sides. And maybe that's all you need for your particular envelope. But when I put mine down, it kind of disappeared. So I thought, well, I want a little white behind it. And this is not long enough. And I played with several others. But then I decided that I was going to alter my punch. So this is staying the same. I'm taking this and I'm cutting it kind of in half. Doesn't have to be exactly. And I'm leaving these because I'm going to fold them over. And I'll show you the trick to getting that squared away. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. And I think I used dimensionals on the other one. It doesn't matter. It's the same principle. However you want to place it on there. And I just want it a little bit showing. So I'm going to kind of place that. And I'm going to put it so that it's pretty tight in there. And shows just a little bit of the cherry cobbler. Then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Doesn't need a lot. And because it's the glue, the monoadhesive, I have time to play. So the first thing I'm doing is making these even, and then I'm flipping them over. See how they're like skewed? I'm going to put that so it's straight. Well, maybe I talked too long. There we go. Then you know that they're straight vertically this way, and that'll make a difference when you do the white one. So the white is the same deal. I'm just overlapping it a little. I kind of want it about that much. So I'm putting glue on here. Again, don't need a lot. Put out as much as you want. Don't press it down much. Just kind of put it there. Do the same thing on this side. Put it so that it's kind of where you want it. Now you don't want all of these white things showing because they're the same size. They should be even. So you can see I'm pressing them down so that it's not showing on the other side. You can turn it over and do the same thing. Make it straight. And then again, I'm still not kind of touching that. It's probably okay now, but wouldn't it be embarrassing if I smeared it? A little bit. I'm going to put this one in just a little. Maybe not. Okay. It fits. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to put that up and leave it alone. Although I am going to add a heart to it. I might as well complete it. I lost my cap. I will find it eventually. It went flying. I will tell you, these are adhesive sequins, which I love because it makes it great for, come on now. It makes it great for mailing. Well, did I flip it over? Yeah, I did. Makes it made for mailing. So they're real flat, but you have to be a little bit careful. Like normally I press this down. It's like a piece of metal sheeting. Apparently this one doesn't want to stick. I do. Oh yeah, there. See, there's the glue dot. I took the glue dot with me. All right, so we're going to put this here. You don't want to stick anything sharp on it because it leaves an impression. So use your finger. Okay, we're going to set that aside. That's all ready. The envelope is all ready. We could glue it together if we wanted to, and why not? Actually, I'm going to use dimensionals on this since I didn't use the dimensionals underneath the Be Mine. You can put dimensionals in between every single layer if you like. If you're mailing it, I wouldn't advise that, but otherwise go for it. And then we'll take these off. I just have my nails done, which I like them when they're really short, but they do make it harder to peel. All right, here we go. Get rid of this mess. Oh, maybe not. All right. Don't you just love it when things go well? All right, so I'm going to put that right here and set it aside, like I said I was going to do the first time. All right, now tricks and tips on how we get the cute little card. I have on the project sheet all of the measurements, but this card is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2, which is, I need another gift card, which is barely bigger than the gift card. It's just a 1/8 of an inch all the way around, I think. And you are going to be putting this on with glue dots. I'm not going to do it now because I want to fix the other side. Okay, so we'll put this aside. Now, how do you get this where you want it? It was a little bit trickier, not trickier. I had to think about it a minute on how I could get all of these things right where I wanted them. I do use a tool. I'm currently using the MISTI. If you don't want to pay the price for a MISTI, search for stamp positioners on my website. I show you how to make one for about $4. Well, it's probably $5 now. How to make one. It works very, very well. I've never had a problem with it. I just think this probably looks a little more professional. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and, well, I don't have to stamp it because I have a sample first. And the only reason I, quote, don't want to do this live is because it does sometimes take a little bit of positioning. I'm probably getting ink all over myself. But here's how you do it. So go ahead and decide. Let me just clean this real quick because apparently I didn't get it. Oh, I don't have anything in there. How fun. Hang on. See, I'm sort of organized, just not quite. The cherry cobbler does make a mess if you're not careful. So there, I took it off. Make sure my fingers are good. All right. So in here, just go ahead, put it down. Doesn't matter if it's square, straight, whatever. Put it down. And then put down the sentiment where you think it's going to go. Now, these are not see-through. So are you going to get it right the first time? I would venture a guess no. But you can kind of use this as a starting point. Go ahead and pick it up and then go ahead and stamp it. Okay, just go ahead and stamp it. Make sure this is up in the corner and settled. Go ahead and stamp it, and there you have it. Okay, now, actually I did pretty good. If I was really fussy, I would want to raise that a 32nd of an inch. I'm good with that. But if you're not, adjust, leave the outside alone, adjust the center until you get it where you want it. Once you have it, you make a template. All I did was take a sheet of basic white. I usually use basic white thick. I didn't in this case, but just because it gives you a little bit more height, so it's easier to center your piece, and I'll show you that. Have one side a little bit less than the other, a little bit more here. The reason for that is it doesn't matter. We're not sticking this up in the corner like we usually do. We are making this template fit this particular stamp where we stamped it. So I'm getting this where I want it. And the reason you want one side just a little bit longer than the other maybe is, let's see, I got to put this up a little bit. I'm good with that. Is because you might bump into here, so you could flip it over and use that side over there. And then of course you're going to want the magnet to keep this straight. Because this is not the photopolymer, when you stamp something, it doesn't stick and rip everything off, so it works a little bit more easily, but you can still do it. So then I cut a bunch of these, or not cut, I die cut a bunch of these. And then what you do is you just place it in here, make sure that you have it positioned correctly, and then you ink up, and then you close it and stamp. Now remember, I mean, just lift it up gently and the whole thing will stay. And voila, it's perfect. And if you're making a bunch of these, it's very quick. You just keep putting those in and stamp and stamp and stamp away. I really didn't think I was going to get it right the first time. I usually have to adjust it a little bit, but there you have it. All right, now this will get some glue. Again, be careful of the coloring because it's probably not dry, but this is live and I don't edit. I think I edited one time. I got a telephone call. I don't edit. I am not that professional. I'm a stamper. This is what I do. And try to get it in the middle. There we go. I'm happy with that. All right. And I did put another little heart. You know, these are Valentine's, and I like to use up my Valentine's stuff. I think I'm going to put it up here this time. I like to use my Valentine's stuff, so I'm putting hearts and stuff everywhere. All right, now we're going to put the gift card right here. And we're going to use glue dots, if I can find them somewhere. I put them back where they belong. Silly me. People have asked, this is all I do is I tie a little string so that it doesn't keep unrolling, and that way you can just roll it back. I used 3. 2 would have probably been enough. But I didn't want it to come out when you open it. I don't think it would, but again, overkill is kind of my thing. Come on, little glue dot. There we go. And then, like I said, it's very, very close in size. Press it down. There you have it. And open it up. And of course, you put it this way because you want them to read the sentiment first. And then you close it up. And you have a cute little gift to give. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you would consider following me, press the subscribe button down below. Give me a thumbs up if you don't want to subscribe. I do post once a week on Wednesdays. I generally have a project sheet to share with you on my blog, which you can get to from YouTube. So you don't have to subscribe in both locations to get the free stuff. So I appreciate you all very much. It's a great beginning to the year, except for the snowstorm outside, but I can deal with that. I'm living in Louisville, but I'm from northern Maine, so it's not a big deal for me. Enjoy your week, and I will see you next time. Bye.